Hello, guys, and welcome to your June, 2022. This is the Gemini season. It'll be changing in a couple days. Gemini season, what are they telling you for the beautiful sign of Aries? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Aries, everything that you need is below in the description box for you and your collective. Your collective are people who are watching up for you, who are connected with you somehow, way, regardless of the connection. Also, other Aries like you with different placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus Aries, okay? You know that I'm going to go ahead and give you a little of your astrological, your sky story, of course. The most recent, your moon information. I pick and choose which ones. Typically, it is full moon, new moon, especially when the sun is shifting as well. So there's a couple key ones that I give you, Aries. We are on, let's see, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 5 days away from this full moon in Sagittarius that took place, Aries, okay? It took place on June 14th, 3 days before, 3 days after. You can still feel the effect. So, you know, it really depends. This portion of the reading is for specifically Aries suns and risings for the sky story. But if you are new here with me, hello. If you are returning, welcome back. If you are, subscribe to the tribe. And what's good, fam bams? Hello to my members. Aries rising and Aries suns, it hit you in the 9th house, okay? 9th house stuff. It hit you in the Sagittarius house. So this is what was interesting about where it was hitting you, because it was a full moon in Sag, a super moon at that, and it hit you, Aries, in your 9th house. So it hit you in the Sagittarius house already. The 9th house covers the higher mind, expansion, international and long distance travel, foreign languages, inspiration, optimism, publishing, broadcasting, universities, and higher education, luck, risk, adventure, gambling, religion, philosophy, morals, and ethics. Boom. Okay, so Aries, what do you feel about this? How are you feeling about that? What has been going on with you, Aries? Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Let me go ahead and check you off. Ow. You know, I feel like a lot of you guys are definitely going through a lot astrologically, especially when it comes down to that 9 energy. What in your higher mind are you bringing to fruition? What are you trying to attain, and what are you trying to fulfill? Okay. Now, let's talk about Sun, Moon, Risings, and Venus with energy that I am channeling for you. So, 9th house is probably a mild house because it deals with yourself. It's not anything that is going to affect necessarily the relationship. It's, it could, it definitely could, because I'm talking about Sagittarius energy. Yeah. Your astrological influences, Virgo, digest, and this is 6. Who are you dealing with? What do you need to digest? 6 brings, obviously, communication, cooperation, and harmony. What in this energy needs to be digested? And are you dealing with a Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, Aries? What needs to be digested, okay? What other astrological influence do we have for the Aries collective? We have Venus, beloved. That's the card of 21. Creativity, groups, and growth. How are you growing your beloved? How are you growing this energy, Aries? You're being guided. Venus had been in, I believe it was in Mars. I know that for you, Aries, you had Mars and Aries and Jupiter there for a while, and it was just wreaking all types of havoc. So I'm not going to necessarily say that your 9th house does not have any influences on your personal and interpersonal relationships. I just feel like for you, you're always kind of doing your own thing anyway. Your energy is similar of that. Your drive, let's just say drive, is very similar in that of a Sagittarius. So when I say that it was light work, it really doesn't feel new to me for you, for the simple fact that you're going to pursue what you want to pursue anyway. You're going to go forward, move forward, and do whatever you feel. but there's something that Venus wants you to stop and look at. What do you need to digest? And are you dealing or crossing with Virgo? Well, Virgo's right here. Are you crossing with Libra or Taurus? Is the question. Okay, Libra or Taurus, because they both are Venus ruled. Okay, Aries. And finally, there we have it. Fourth house. Uh-oh. And this is 6. 4 and 2 is 6. You got a double 6. 6 is your story. All right. We've been getting some double numbers. 6s is your story. What do you need to digest in your house of home? What in this 4th house needs your attention? What do you need to, what needs to be changed in your structure, in your stability? What are you manifesting with this 4 story that you got? Okay. 4th house, Virgo, but we have a 6 story. 6 and 4 plus 2. What needs to be communicated? What needs to be brought back into harmony? What do you need cooperation on in your house, Aries? There is something going on in your house right now, okay? Something that's going on in your house, and you're trying your damnedest to get your energy out of it, okay? To get away from it, all right? To bring it, like you're not slowing down in enough time to really digest it. Virgo energy is telling you to sit still. Sit still and really, really get yourself in an energy where you're dissecting the hell out of what may be going on. And that may also include, Aries, what you brought to the table to ruin things. I know you don't want to hear that. So let's go ahead and go and find out what they're not telling you. All right. What aren't they telling Aries in this Gemini season? Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Okay. They're quietly preparing for something. They're blocking out their emotions right now, Aries. I do know that some of you guys have been going through hell, especially in your relationships right now. This person is blocking out their emotions, but in a spiritual way. They're being guided to surrender with this hangman energy that we're leading with. They're being guided that they have to throw their hands up and just allow things to happen the way they're going to happen, because they can't control this situation. It's not in a way, Aries, that is like just a regular 2 of Swords, although that's a 2 of Swords, because it's blended. It's a spiritual thing. They're not telling you that. They're contemplating walking away from you. They know that they're on one hand, they're being guided mentally to surrender and allow things to happen. But they're struggling because they know that either choice that they make, whichever one of these horses, they're going to be good. They're not necessarily telling you that. They could be having you under this impression that everything with you remains, or that they're good, because they don't want you to talk them out of it, or they don't want the backlash that comes along with that. They kind of just want to be free to kind of do things and figure this out the way they're going to figure it out. And they don't want you to interfere with that. Obviously, that's the 7 of Swords. They're not necessarily knowing that they are being guided by a hangman. They're not doing this maliciously. They feel like they're doing what's best for them. And that's also Chariot. They know that they're going to be fine no matter what. And they don't want to be talked out of it or influenced either way. Not that you would say something necessarily, but I feel like this is something that you guys have been through before. The heart place lets me know that right now they are being still because they are reassessing. This is a 7 story for them. We have 2 7s. One is what their mental is telling them that they must do. The other one, they're struggling. You could be connecting definitely with a Virgo or fellow Earth. Aries. I'm talking about Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, because they're struggling with what to do with you, how to handle this situation, because they've been the star of this movie before. And on one hand, they want to run away and not tell you and just ghost your ass. But then on the other hand, They know that they should not do that. So morally, they're being worked on. Their ethics are being worked on right now. They're trying not to do what low vibrational people will do when they don't get anything and they just chuck the deuces and was like, I'm done. Instead of, you know, you mean something to them, Aries. They're reassessing right now with the Seven of Pentacles. And if we look at the actual major arcana, this is also the star. So they want hope, healing, and optimism in their heart. The problem is they have no way of getting it. Well, they don't know whether they're going to get it. So half of it is what their mind tells them, and the other half is they just don't see it, okay? They don't see it. They're reflecting. Yes, and this is what they want. They want 1111 with you. They want harmony. They want excitement. They want peace, joy, love, all of that. They want a marriage with you. They wanted something real with you. They thought that you were the right candidate for it. They thought that you were cool. And then something happened. Something happened. They wanted the structure, the stability, and the security, and they wanted to feel this with you, with this Four of Wands. Something changed. You could be dealing with also a fellow fire sign. It's been a 4 type of day. We got 2 7s and 2 4s. So this is reflection, assessment, and knowledge of what we have versus structure, stability, and manifestation. They want to manifest a life with you. They wanted this with you, but you are not accepting their cup of love. This is what they're not saying. How they feel about you not accepting their cup of love with that 4 of cups. Either you're not accepting the cup of love, or you're not accepting it under the parameters that they're giving it to you. And as a result of that, there's been some tension. I don't necessarily think that you 100% completely didn't think about this, because they have double 4s and double 7s, and you have 6. You have Earth here, and you also have that beloved Venus in the center as well. So I know what Venus does. I don't think you're 100% saying that you don't want to do this. You just have other things on your mind, and it's not being communicated. The top of the deck is showing an 8 of Pentacles, and when we're talking about this 8, you are trying to master, mastery action and accomplish something as it pertains to work. Now, your sky story is not 8th house, but your 8th house, when the sun was in Taurus, that was what was on your mind. So now that the sun is in Gemini, Aries, risings and suns, you're on your 9th house stuff. But how you are coming off to this individual that you are dealing with is that you would rather, is it up here? Here we go. You would rather deal with or focus on right now your finances. There is a finance story right here. I don't believe that this is work. You're trying to achieve something. You're trying to achieve something here. That's what I'm getting. You're trying to bring something off the ground, put something in motion with this 8 of Pentacles. This is where you are at. And I don't think right now you are 100% communicating that energy to this individual. I think that that's what this is about. They're in a 7 of Pentacles. You're in a 8, but they're in 7 and 8. But I feel like they're trying to master. You're trying to master, Aries, what's going on. They're trying to cope and still be optimistic about this. I wouldn't be surprised though if some commitment stuff came out. What they're not telling you ultimately is that they really want to just be done with this, because they really don't think that anything is going to change, but they can't. They're fighting their heart, because in their heart space shows that they really are hopeful that they have this with you. But they're dealing with their actions versus their heart. This is a head over heart decision. On one hand, they want this Four of Wands. On the other hand, they have to deal with this Four of Cups. Let's go into the romantic intentions. They want to ascend to a next phase and prepare for union, which is what is clarifying my Two of Swords. That's the reason why they are not trying to feel anything right now. They're trying to listen to the messages from Spirit and be guided to do something. We do have Clock. Needing time. Cycles take time. Time to heal and progressing. These cycles and this clock and this whole thing, they didn't really understand that. It wasn't communicated to them, Aries. It's not like you are going to sit them down and say, hey, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that. Of course, it depends on what your Aries, what type of Aries you are. But for the most part, when you're accomplishing a goal, you are not sitting down, you're on your own trajectory, on your own path, you're on your own trajectory. You're not thinking about, hey, and that's the selfishness in you. That's the way you come off. And it doesn't work in relationships, unfortunately. New beginnings, liberation, reborn, and transition, or tragic endings. So this is hope, healing, and optimism. And although it has been tragic and some things have happened, they're still hopeful. It doesn't surprise me, because honestly, the star is the major arcana for Aquarius. So Aquarius has a way of thinking very outside of the box any damn way. So it can look like it's dead, but they'll find a way to hold on to it, or bring aware, or try not to let it go, basically. Four of Wands. Aha, karmic relationship. There's a lot of resentments and triggers. It's been up and down for you guys. Maybe you guys are each other's karmics, or there is karma surrounding a previous marriage or relationship that has reared its ugly head into this energy with you guys. And therefore, Aries, this is the reason why you're coming off like this, because you're not interested in reliving some of the things that you relived in the past. Aha, so it could be codependent, obsession, restraint. You see it, emotional blocks. They're feeling like you didn't give them a fighting chance. Maybe some of the things that they have did resemble other things that you have dealt with in your past. This still feels like you're not being 100% honest, because you're hiding your true feelings. And that's why it's been so confusing for them to move on. Okay. So you're hiding behind work. You're hiding behind a mask. They want, some type of answers. And you're so busy. That's just not in your repertoire right now, Aries. You guys got a lot of doubles though. You're focused on sixth. Could be health. You could be sixth house, or it could be, the number 6. Either way, they're dealing with 4. You guys are not on the same page. They want stability and security and structure. And you're like, look, I'm over here. I'm on my 6th house stuff. It's better than 7th house, because that would mean that you will be interested in somebody else, but it's going to change, because that may be where you are right now. But your numbers may be completely different when we do this again. So we don't know. We don't know. Your major arcana is Chariot, Hangman, and the Star. The Chariot, I want to move forward with you, but I know either way I'm okay. The Star, I'm hope, healing, and optimism. I'm very hopeful that we get together. The Hangman, they're spiritually something else. I'm being guided. They're not walking away from you. They're being guided to sit still, but they don't like that. Let's get your angel answers. They don't like that. They're dealing with it. They're trying to remain positive. First thing that pops up in your head when you see this. Don't you fall. They feel like you have an emotional block too. Just to let you know, there is something better. And we also have trust. First thing that pops up in your head when you saw that. All right, so some of you guys, there's going to be a renewal that's taking place in the month of June, and you're probably going to be experiencing putting the band back together. I don't know, but what they're not telling you is exactly as I have read it. They're struggling with whether to stay or walk away. They have a head over heart decision to make regarding this relationship, but Spirit is telling them that they should do and surrender to the process and participate in non-action. There is something that they have to just surrender to rather than taking the action. And I'm going to let you know that you are feeling them just as much because you're being guided that this is your beloved. You love this person too, Aries. So hopefully you guys will be able to move past this little rough patch. I also want to show you that the top of the deck was Mercury, which was messages. Okay, so there is going to be some communication regarding this situation, and so we will see what that looks like. Like, share, subscribe to the Marvelous Tribe. Certainly hope that it resonated. This person is definitely, they have a head over heart decision. And they're really trusting. They are struggling whether to stay or walk away, but Spirit is guiding them to stay put. Maybe when you see that title, you'll, listen to what I just said and give them a break. And kind of look at it from their perspective and just not push or not pretend that you don't care too, because you do. Because I'm looking at the beloved, the Venus card came out for you and you're being guided to digest. There's something that you're not focused on. Maybe this is what this is. If you're interested in booking a personal reading, please do so. And I will see you in your next reading, which will come to you, Aries, in a couple of days when the sun shifts into Cancer. Bye, guys.